Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Madden NFL 20 franchise playthrough. We are going to be rebuilding the Buffalo Bills as they're known for now, but we will end up relocating them because their stadium conditions in this game are terrible. So you can relocate them immediately, or you can at least choose to relocate them immediately. We will be playing in an owner mode, and we will be financial moguls so we can get a little bit more money to start off with. And we're gonna say Joe Buck is going to be our owner. He said, "Screw commentating. I want to bring the Buffalo Bills a championship, even though they won't be in Buffalo next year." Just look at our settings real quick. We will be playing on all Madden simulation type gameplay. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to improve this roster to even have a chance of getting a championship. But everything else is just about base settings. We'll turn pre-existing injuries off, but that's about it. Career clock. I don't even know what that is, but okay. So we'll have full control over everything. I'll probably revert to weekly training to auto, um, but I think that's about it. And injury management, simply because I would do exactly what the computer would do. It would just bring the next man up if there's an injury, so there's really no point in that being manual. But if we want to, we can switch things around. So let's go ahead and get things started. Joe Buck leading the Bills franchise to a rebuild. Going to be simulating through the first year simply because, I kind of want our new team and our new stadium and our new fan base to kind of have a fresh start. So I'm not going to be playing this year. I will be simulating until we have a choice to choose our stadium, team name, uniform, and all that, and we'll see each other when that happens. Alright, we're back, and our first option is obviously the city we will relocate to. We are 2-2 on the season, which is better than I expected. We will negotiate contracts at the end of the season. We will bring back players that we want to bring back, and withdraw offers from those we don't want anymore. Um, so let's look at our cities that are available. I already have one in mind, but we will look through it just to see if there's anything that sparks our interest. San Diego, um, that's an interesting one. We'll bookmark that. St. Louis is another that we'll bookmark. Um, OKC would be an interesting one. Not Houston. Dublin will bookmark. That's the one I had in mind. Austin, no. There's too many teams in Texas. Portland is another one. Columbus, no, because that would be a third team in Ohio. Sacramento, nah. Chicago, nope. Memphis, no. Tennessee is a state that would never have two teams. Brooklyn, no. Um, Salt Lake City, probably not, but we'll keep that in mind. Orlando, no thank you. San Antonio, no. Toronto is an interesting one as well. Mexico City, no. London, that's another interesting one. So we've got about 5 or 6 cities that are interesting. Um, I'll get back to you once I finally make a decision. So we are going to make history by being the first European NFL team. Dublin, Ireland is going to be our city, and I would never believe that to happen in real life. I don't think that that ever will happen. If it does, it'll probably be London or maybe Toronto. Uh, but obviously, Toronto's not European, but in terms of being outside the U.S., I don't think Dublin would ever get a team, but it is really interesting to have one on Madden 20. So the next 3 weeks we'll be able to finalize our situation. We get to choose our team name. We can be the Shamrocks, the Antlers, the Celtic Tigers, or the Bills. We're not going to be the Bills, and we're not going to go with the Antlers because that doesn't even sound cool. The Celtic Tigers sounds really cool, and the Shamrocks is pretty cool. Um, I think the Shamrocks is a little cliche for an Irish team, but obviously having Celtic in your team name is pretty cliche as well. But Ooh. Should we do the Shamrocks? It's the Irish symbol of good luck. I don't know. I really like the Celtic Tigers. I like having two names. That's pretty cool. So I think we will go with the Celtic Tigers. That just sounds super cool. Um, and the next week we should get another option to pick our uniforms, and we do. So style 1, I like the jerseys themselves. I don't really like the legs. Just the all black, no design really. But the legs are in all three styles. Won't be going with style 2. That's just doesn't really look right. It's kind of like a mix of modern and classic. Not a big fan of it. Commit to modern or classic, not in between the two. Now the home jerseys look really clean, but the away jerseys just don't really. There's all green, all white and green on the jersey, and on the legs it's just black, and the socks are green. So it really doesn't make a lot of sense. I wish if we had green, or maybe just white pants. That would work out, and that would look really cool. But I think we will end up going with style 1. I just really like how the jerseys look here, so we'll go with style 1. If you look at the popularity poll, it's actually the least popular. But screw the fans. I'm Joe Buck. We are not going cheap with our stadium. The first European team in NFL history, we're going to go all out. We're not going to go with the most expensive one. Well, we might actually. That's a really cool one. And so I guess we will go with the hybrid stadium. I don't know if I actually get an option to, retract and close the stadium roof, but we'll go with that. The second most expensive option, actually the third most expensive option. But we will simulate to the end of the season and see what players we're going to keep and which ones we're going to withdraw an offer from. So we'll see you then. Alright, so at the end of the season, we finished with a winning record. We finished 9-7, and you see the Dolphins finished 0-16. You hate to see it, but Madden hates the Dolphins for some reason. I don't think that they're I think they'll get at least 4 wins in real life, but for some reason we are a pretty darn good team, at least simulation wise. We'll look at the playoff schedule here. We've got in the wild card, we got the Ravens at Kansas City, Los Angeles Rams at the Detroit Lions, the Los Angeles Chargers at the New England Patriots, and the Redskins at the New Orleans Saints. So some interesting matchups. One we see just about every couple years is the Chargers at the Patriots. So we will see how the playoffs go, but we'll just simulate straight to the Super Bowl, and then we'll review. So Super Bowl 54, this matchup would have been very interesting 10 years ago. Having Eli and Peyton Manning in a Super Bowl, that would be awesome. Wait. Why are the Giants good? Did Daniel Jones just well, Josh Allen had a good year. Not a great passer rating, but he had a lot of yards. But excuse me, where's the rosters? I guess we'll go to player stats. Eli Manning had a great year. Who did he pass to? Of course, Saquon had a good year. Golden Tate had a pretty good year. Huh. Well, I'll be darned. What in the world? Look, these are the guys they had at defensive back. Oh, never mind. I thought this was their rating for a second, and then I saw Janoris Jenkins. But still, this team, okay, okay. So we'll look at the yearly awards and see if any of our players got any of it. Tom Brady is your NFL MVP, and there's only 2 awards. I don't know why we don't get a Rookie of the Year, but Freddie Kitchens, my man, gets the award for Coach of the Year. Honestly, I would give it to Pat Shurmur. I'm a Browns fan, but if the Giants made it to the Super Bowl this year, wow, it would be him unanimously for me. But so we're gonna look at our college player. I'm playing on PC, so I don't know if Madden Share is going to have any rosters. They do. Okay. This one has 3 dislikes. We'll go with it anyway. It might not be realistic, but at least it might have some players that I recognize. And we're going to scout some players and then check on our contract situations. Yeah, I know how to play the game. Yes, I know. Yes, okay. Oh, see, the thing is, we ended up doing so well in the season, we're not going to get Tagovailoa, however you say it. I'm a SEC fan as well. I'm a Mississippi State fan, so I should know how to pronounce this guy's name, but I don't. Early first rounder, yeah, figured. But we're not, in all likelihood, going to get the opportunity to get Tua. So that sucks. But we'll look at more of the mid-round area. See if we could get maybe a Jacob Eason would be interesting. Jake Fromm as well, but I think he'll be gone before we get the chance. We'll probably have about the 16th, 17th pick, somewhere around there. I think we can do all this on draft day. I saw Willie Gay Jr. from Mississippi State representing, so that's nice to see him projected to go first round. But I will auto-upgrade all the players since we didn't play the season. So I really shouldn't be able to do that. Oh. Well, I guess the contract situation was absolved itself. No, okay, we do get the opportunity to re-sign some players. We are not going to extend to LaShawn McCoy simply because he's 32. He's already dropping in overall. So we can get some fresh legs in here. We will extend Shaq Lawson. Defensive lines are, or defensive ends rather, are very important to have on your team, as well as offensive line. Steven Hauschka, no thank you. Kickers can be signed and dropped whenever. Levi Wallace, a good cornerback, is always nice to have. We will extend him, and I think that's about it. We'll extend Robert Foster just to keep some wide receiver depth, but everybody else, I think we will extend Kevin Johnson as well just to keep some defensive depth. That's about it. Yeah, I don't really want anybody else. I can franchise tag Kevin Johnson. I don't really know what the Oh, he's not interested in signing with us. I thought we extended him, so I will franchise tag Quentin Spain. You will be staying with us. And that's about it. I think we will withdraw everybody else. Get some new players for a young team. that does it. And we will go to the first stage of the off season. Let's sign some free agents. Well, first let's look at our depth. We have, I think you have 53 man rosters, 54. So we have plenty of room to sign some free agents. But let's see here. Jared Allen actually has a 78 overall, so it wouldn't be terrible if we did not draft a quarterback. But we need, on the right side of the O-line, we definitely need some depth, especially at that right tackle position. But everything else actually looks pretty decent on offense. Maybe we'll definitely have to sign another running back to get some depth there. Well, let's look at our defense. Our defense is actually pretty solid because in real life, obviously, they just drafted Ed Oliver. He's going to be really good, I believe, in the NFL. But look at that. We need, obviously, a right outside linebacker. Ooh, my controller disconnected. But other than that, there's not a ton to do. Definitely get a new punter. Don't want a 76 overall punter. Or 67. I'm dyslexic. But, yeah. So, definitely right side of the offensive line. Probably a running back. But let's look what free agents are available first before we really make any decisions. Obviously, you have Kareem Hunt, who played for the Browns in the previous season on here. Kendall Fuller. Okay, there's a lot of good players here. Josh Gordon. So you can actually pick him up on here. Let's see here. We need a right outside linebacker. Definitely. So Dante Fowler Jr. is really the only really good player. Pernell McPhee, also Mississippi State representing, but only a 74 overall. So we're going to go with see if we can snag Dante Fowler Jr. 91 total points, and we are only 4th overall. So we will make another offer. Let's see. We can give you a 5-year deal and bump that up just a little more. Let's see if he likes that. No, so it looks like he's wanting a 4-year deal instead of a 5. But we will bump up the signing bonus. We'll give him $4 million and 6.6 a year. 96 total points. Then that bumps us up to first place by 1 point. So it would be great if we could end up getting Dante Fowler Jr., very good player for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I believe. But let's see. Right tackle is definitely something that needs attention to, and there are not any good right tackles. We have a 68 overall on our team right now, so really anything is an upgrade. There are a couple offers for Jermaine Ifedi, I believe that's how you say that, so we'll actually go down to Jeremy Parnell and see if he will just take this. Okay. And then obviously right guard as well. Again, ooh, that's been picked clean. We will try to get Brandon Fusco here. Try to just get in some depth at least. Let's see. What about the punters? Ryan Allen. Yeah, sure. Come on, Ryan Allen. Welcome to the team if you sign with us. So we will advance a week. See if we ended up getting any of these people. Definitely hope we got Dante Fowler. We did. Looks like everybody accepted, so that's nice. So that's actually really, really good. Okay. So we will release our current punter. I didn't even look at cap space. I just assumed we had a ton, and we do. I'm pretty sure. But We've got new combine stats for the players. I've honestly never heard of AJ Epinesa, which he's at Iowa, so don't really pay attention to Iowa. Dylan Moses. Yeah, I think we can kind of do all this on draft day. So we're going to go ahead and simulate to the draft because we got everybody that we wanted out of free agency right off the bat. Didn't get a running back, but running backs are pretty easy to find. We'll look at the free agency recap just to see who went where. Wow, no one picked up Emmanuel Sanders. So, is he... Can I pick him up? No. Improved team. Free agent's not available. Okay, so... When free agency opens, I'm going to make a bid for Emmanuel Sanders. So we're going to start the NFL draft for 2020. Let's look at our draft board. We have the Miami gets the first pick, obviously, because they went 0-16, just like my Browns did a couple years ago. They will probably go with, I don't know, actually. They might end up going with Tua if I were them. Get yourself a quarterback. He didn't have a good combine grade, but that's something that you can overlook. It looks like the Dolphins didn't go for either one of them. So we get the 19th pick, so a little under what I actually thought. Can I look at... Okay, they did. They did get end up getting Tua Tagovailoa. But we'll go ahead and simulate to the next user pick. Dylan Moses goes to the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos didn't have a good year, it seems. So let's look. Jake Fromm is available, and he's not even the best quarterback there. Can I look at his card? Now let's... Running backs. Najee Harris from Alabama had a really good combine. But man, that Jake Fromm is tempting. I am an SEC fan. I have seen Jake Fromm play. I wholeheartedly believe he's a potential NFL quarterback. But man, he had a terrible combine. Justin Herbert is 6'6", so that's a man right there. Doesn't have a lot of meat on his bones, only 222 pounds. He's lighter than Jake Fromm, but whew, I mean, we already kind of have a quarterback. And we already have a 77 overall running back in TJ Yeldon. I'm going to pull the trigger on Jake Fromm. This could be a bust. Oh. 72 overall, good pick. It says he's ranked number 0 in the true draft talent. So, I don't know. I mean, I love drafting quarterbacks. I'm a Browns fan. We draft quarterbacks all the time. But until now, we finally found one. But we'll go to the next user pick. Honestly, I didn't even see who won the Super Bowl, so that sucks. Sorry about that. We'll see who's pick number 32. So Justin Herbert is falling. I'm thinking it's because of his stature. I mean, he's tall, but he's not very heavy. Looks like he might be injury prone. Let's see here. We're just mediocre all over. We're slightly above average on defense, so I think we're fine there. So we need to focus on offense. see what running backs are available. Running backs available in the second round are probably not going to be near as good, and they're not. So we'll probably wait a couple rounds. Kylan Hill, Mississippi State represent. That'd be nice to see him in the NFL. He's a very fast dude. But fifth round is probably where he'll end up going, just because he goes unnoticed, not very utilized in Mississippi State's system. But let's see. Always good to have a good wide receiver. And I would be lying if I said I knew who T. Higgins was. I know who Henry Ruggs is because he plays at Alabama, but it looks like T. Higgs had a very good combine. He's a second round projected. And I can't actually scout him at the draft, which I thought I could. He's a deep threat. He's this. Let's go with it. Good pick. Well, something's wrong with the overall rankings, so I actually don't know if it is a good pick. And this one is probably a reach because he's only a 60 overall, which sucks. But you know, you make some good picks and you make some not so good picks. This is Joe Buck's first go around, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Oh no. We can also get Henry Ruggs too, as well as Chauncey River represent. Huh. Let's see here. So he's fallen out of the second round, as well as Sam Ellinger from Texas. I think he'll be a good quarterback as well, but he had a bad combine as well. So we're going to end up going with Henry Ruggs just because I've seen him play. I think he can play. 63 overall, better than our second round pick. But we're developing. That's fine. And you know, hopefully they have a good development trait. And I think the Colts were the 32nd pick, so that means that they ended up winning the Super Bowl, which is not surprising at all. Xavier McKinney, free safety out of Alabama, goes to Philadelphia, which is a very good pick. That guy's a great football player. Big Cat Bryant. How have I never heard of that? I won't pick him this round, but if he's available next round, I will pick him on name alone. Don't need a left end. We just re-signed. We just franchise tagged our left end. Actually, no, we franchise tagged our left guard, not our left end. So we have a left end for now. Obviously, I don't know if you've noticed. I'm not a very good drafter, so you know, I just go based on, you know, what I think we need, and sometimes it may or may not work out that way. Let's see, what are the running backs looking like? Fourth round. Probably wait a couple more rounds. We got 10 seconds to pick here. Let's just go based on talent. Let's go with the best available. Second best available. He fits our system. And I wasn't able to draft in time. So let's see who it ended up getting for us. It had ended up picking him anyway, so that works. Marco Wilson out of Florida. Welcome to the team, brother. So we have 3 more rounds to pick. And then we'll see what we've got. 5th round pick. Big Cat Bryant. I've got to pick him just on name alone. I don't care. I don't care if it's a reach. 58 overall, terrible, but just having a guy named Big Cat on your team, beautiful. I probably should have picked a running back that round, so that will come back to bite me at some point. Let's see what running backs we have available now. Yep, we missed our opportunity because of my love for the name Big Cat. Um, Anthony McFarland Jr. I think I've actually seen him play, but late 6th rounder. Anthony McFarland, welcome to the team. Ooh, ooh, and a normal development rate. You hate to see something like that. And we don't have any picks available or any picks remaining, as you see on the top of the screen. So that's our draft class. Probably one of the more subpar draft classes in NFL history. We'll just simulate to the end of the draft. Brother. So let's look at our draft recap, and then we will end the video there. We got Jake Fromm, which I think is the only good draft pick. Oh man, you hate to see that, but I think we can make Henry Ruggs a good player, as well as Marco Wilson. But ooh, Anthony McFarland, that's a rough pick. Before I actually end the video, we will see if we can. We can't go to free agency. We'll go to preseason week 1, get everything set up for the season, and then I'll end the video. We're gonna see if we can actually end up picking up Emmanuel Sanders, because he was not offered a contract, and it looks like someone else got him, so that sucks. But Philip Dorsett, deep threat, we will sign him. I like Philip Dorsett. I had him on a fantasy team, and he did pretty well for me a couple years ago. Giovanni Bernard. That's interesting. Spencer Ware. Vernon Davis. So there's some good players here. We will look for a running back. Corey Clement. Okay, let's go. One tip for everybody. When you want to get a running back, pick up the fastest guy with good acceleration. Obviously, he doesn't have the most acceleration, but he's the fastest, and he has a really good acceleration. Corey Grant out of Auburn University. Welcome to the team, brother. I end up drafting this or signing this guy out of free agency just about every year because of how fast he is. He can outrun everybody just about. So let's look at our lineup for the wide receiver area. We've got an 80 overall, 78. So we're actually pretty decent for now. Right tackle, I don't think there's going to be anybody in free agency, but we'll see. And our defense is looking pretty good. You know, not great, but pretty good. But we'll see if we can find a right tackle out of free agency. I doubt it, because that's one of the positions where they, diamonds in the rough. Nope, no one's available, so we'll end the video there. We'll start the 2020 NFL season. We'll skip the preseason probably. We might play one game just to see how our team plays, but that's about it. We're 19th in value, so we went from 32nd to 19th, just like that. And we'll probably end up having a quarterback battle, so thank you for watching. I'll try to get a video out soon for part 2, because this part didn't have any gameplay, but thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like below, and I'll see you on the next one.